We've gotten a couple of maps now. I don't know if you want to look at them or...
Yeah,
So you guys found door 1. So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6th door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Well, we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator.
Yeah, even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out. Even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
Yeah, this cost a fuck ton of money. Like, either this guy has a grudge against all these people for some reason and has money to burn, or it's being funded by rich people watching it for entertainment.
What if I told you that, unlike in Saw, where everyone like questions, how did he have so much money to do all this? In this game, they do actually explain why there's so much money being thrown around here.
Okay.
I thought I'd reassure you that there is an explanation coming, and it's not just like, this one maniacal guy who I guess did everything himself.
Like, it has to be a group of people, but they have to be still loaded.
Well, what I mean is there could still be like one person in charge of everything, but they might have like paid someone else.
Like, I'm trying to say, it could be that these people are here kind of like in Batum, where people were sent to the island, that people who had grudges against them were sent them there. So like, it could be that they pay, those people paid, so they're only paying for their specific person that's here. Does that make sense? So that could be, and that's the same theory. It's not like, so it could be like a group of people that have grudges against people, and this is a service that's provided for you to send your grudge, and they have to either kill and betray people to survive, or they die here. And if your grudge survives, I'm assuming you'd be kind of like, you know what? I'm satisfied because I wouldn't want to do what they were doing. So, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be even mad at them anymore for like surviving, because you're like, you know what? You have to live for the rest of your life knowing you killed a lot of other people. So
that is true. The number 9 door is hanging over us, isn't it?
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
3 people have to be left
I
behind.
wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
You could just have one billionaire in charge of it all, though.
yeah, but I'm assuming if it's a service you're providing, people pay or something. So that's how he keeps it going. But obviously, it couldn't be like, it has to be a good lot of money, or everyone would be doing it. But it's still like, but not enough to break an average person, because some of these people are average people. Like, she's like unless she's like fucking someone's married husband, I don't fucking know. And the bitter fucking wife is like, get rid of the bitch.
Took me a moment to interpret what you were saying, but yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Actually, another theory is June secretly is stalking Junpei, and she paid for herself and him to both be here in hopes that they both survive, and then this trauma will bring them together and she can finally marry him.
She's like a yandere.
She could be a secret yandere!
She could be, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. Ace
Aren't they
used
the
to
best
like that.
yanderes though, when they're like, you don't suspect they are, and then all of a sudden, bam, like episode 5 or near the end, they're like a secret yandere.
What do you mean, like that show School Days?
There's also Shuffle. I'm pretty sure the childhood friend became kind of
I
crazy.
was being sarcastic because School Days is hated.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember that show.
I do. She was a secret yandere though.
She was.
That was kind of a fun twist though.
You liked that?
I did like the series, but it was kind of a fun, interesting twist that she wasn't originally. The thing was, it wasn't she was secretly yandere.
Don't say
I won't do
too
anything.
much now.
It wasn't she was secretly yandere, just the actions that led up to everything and everything that happened to her. She became a yandere. So I don't think she was originally a yandere. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I think
That's
due to all these actions, she changed her personality into a yandere.
Okay, because
Because
I've
of
never
her
actually watched.
obsession.
I've never watched that show. I've seen a review of it, and I've seen like the final shots from it and stuff.
You should
but-
watch it. It's entertaining to watch at least once. It's short. Like what? Only a few episodes? 12 less?
Might be hard to get my hands on it though.
True.
You
I
guys
think it's
leave
probably
me
12.
behind?
Isn't it Crunchyroll? I don't know.
Just kidding.
Maybe.
All right, let's
I'd
go.
be surprised, but maybe they have it.
Because it's not really hentai or anything, it's just like...
Not really hentai. So it's a bit hentai? Is that what you're
Where the hell
saying?
did you guys go?
7?
Um,
What's wrong? What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that? Snake is...
Snake is dead.
Oh, I knew it. He's dead.
He died, just as the 9th man did.
You remember how that was?
Yeah.
oh my god. That's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right. We should.
Wait, not that way.
What? Why not?
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way.
Oh, 7, the
It's
man!
locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
The shower room. The left side of the hall.
Now notice that was in room 3.
Keep the door open.
Yeah.
So, do you remember that we had 3 options when we were in this room of doors to pick from? And one of them was 3, remember?
Yeah.
But of course, what was the problem with 3?
Thing was broken, no?
They were broken, but they were fixed all at the same time. It's okay, we'll get to it
It
eventually.
didn't say 3 was taken.
Get in
They just couldn't
without
go
going
through
through
3
the
without
door,
7, I
right?
think.
We'll get back to it. I just, this is just me
Yeah.
planting seeds.
Then let's go. This wasn't open when we passed here before. Well, let's keep going.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Ugh, yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Oh yeah, because only us saw, me and 7 and Snake are the only ones who saw how the other man guy looked.
Yes, that is correct.
Where is he? There.
LLR.
June, you should
Yes,
stay
you
here.
see, this is also a puzzle room, you see, so that LLR would be to do with a puzzle in this room.
But
I do like that
Just do me a
sometimes when they go
favor,
into the other
okay?
rooms, you can see,
Alright.
like, what you're kind of gonna have to do on
Go
another
again.
timeline.
Just like Ace said. Just like the 9th man. The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut.
Did someone betray?
Yeah, now you're starting to wonder, because
Yeah. Because he went through door 3,
door 3,
and
yeah,
he was number 2.
correct.
So he couldn't even get in on his own.
No, but even if there was another person there, they still needed another person. There's 3 to 5 people have to enter a door.
Yeah, so that was 2 people betrayed him.
And who would those possibilities be?
So 7, the door was 3.
So you
9
need
is gone.
correct.
So it's not 4.
So basically, an easy way to do this is you'd have to look at who could get 11. Or no, not 11. What am I saying? 10. Because if you do... Yeah, 2 plus 10 would be 12, which 1 plus 2 is 3. So who can make up 10 out of 2 other people?
So we already know it's not us, and it's not Clover. Because Clover's a sister, and I don't think it's her.
Okay, so that means it takes June out
I know,
as well, because she's 6.
yeah.
And Clover's 4, which would be 10.
Yeah, and it takes us out. We're 5.
Yeah, there's no one we can pair up with that would allow us to go through with just one other person with
Yeah, okay. So there's Lotus is 8, right?
Yep.
But Lotus and Snake could be 10.
Yeah.
And then we need 2. No.
Yeah, we'd need 2, which the problem is Snake is 2.
Okay, so
himself.
Lotus is out. 7. Trying to think. 7. Who's 3 again?
Santa.
So it could be 7 and Santa.
That's also an option.
Ace is 1.
But the problem is the number 9 man is dead.
The number 9 is dead.
So you basically just have 2 pairs.
Unless it is Clover in June. I don't know.
But then the other thing is we're going in the assumption
But
is
the way Clover has been acting, I can't picture it being Clover.
But the other thing is we're assuming that it's only just 2 other people. What if there's 3?
That's what today it could be 3.
Anyway, I just wanted to get all of those theories into your head.
Yeah, like, because 5 people can go through the door, yeah, so...
Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm.
It's definitely an open fracture.
Oh, the face. It's horrible.
Yeah, you can't even tell who it is.
But the clothes are.
No mistake about it. It's Snake.
Unless
Oh,
it's not Snake.
interesting. And so I'd have a couple of questions about that theory, Caitlin. One is the clothes are Snake's clothes.
Yes.
So what Snake was just disrobed and didn't had his clothes put on someone else, which then brings me to my other question is who would this other person be?
Or I don't know. That it could be a past. It could be made as well. It's like weird. Or it could be like Snake. It could be that Snake is the mastermind and he's gone off now. But then would he really put Clover in so much danger? Like I don't know. Or it could be taken by the mastermind to trick people. I don't know.
All the theories. Oh, I love these theories. I remember.
So that was a puzzle room, but we can't. We don't go to that puzzle room.
Well, we would only do that if we went through door number 3 ourselves. They went through it, they solved it, and remember, Seven stuck the screwdriver in that door, which allowed us to go in the back way.
Oh, so if we went through 3, we would have found him right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, we would have stood in
He
it.
was probably murdered.
Because the room is actually initially dark. So, and he's right by the entry door. Understandably, we can guess why he's by the entry door.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it, alone, and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door, and then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors.
I ran
including
through it a
Snake.
bit with you already, but I just wanted to
wouldn't
get
open
it
for
planted.
Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think.
That would make sense,
I
right?
think that would make sense.
Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Because we.
And that means none of us have alibis.
Santa was back in the room first, wasn't he? Or was that Lotus?
Lotus was the first one to go back and find that the Reds had activated. Santa was the first one back when we were actually looking for Snake.
Okay.
We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Another option could be that Snake did appear.
Did appear.
As in, like, when people were looking for him, he came back.
Oh.
And he was killed then.
Yeah,
If he is killed.
That is a possibility, yeah.
Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
No, not 1, 2.
At least 2.
At least 2 or more.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven?
But what would do anything? What good would it have done to kill Snake? That's the thing.
That's a very good question. What would be the motive?
What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
But it makes more sense to betray people near the end.
It does. Not at this
Then
point.
you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes. That is why we
That's the
can't
thing.
let
None of them
ourselves
might have
fall
killed him. It
prey
could
to
have been-
suspicion.
Could have been 0.
Could have been 0. Because I'm assuming he's going to have access to all of these areas.
Maybe, yeah. He might have some master key that, like...
Or it could be that one of these people is 0.
That is also a possibility. That's a possibility.
And
we
if one of
discussed.
these people are 0, no matter what, they're probably not going to die.
Oh, interesting.
So they'll probably have their things to beep and stuff if they go through rooms. Because then let's say they go through rooms, but then if they do die, they probably have to then go into hiding it for the rest of the game.
We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself.
That is a bit
If there's
idealistic,
anyone we
Ace.
should doubt,
It is a possible theory though, but a theory could be, like I said, one of these people could be Zero.
Yeah.
he masterminded
Or
this
working
game
for Zero.
and kidnapped
But it's
all
also
of
very
us.
convenient in that it leaves everyone scot-free, like innocent. This theory, at least.
Yes, but it's a possible theory.
It is possible.
Because I can't be jumping to conclusions
Doesn't
about
it
people
seem
either
reasonable that he
right
would have
now.
killed Snake
Yes,
as
you need
well?
evidence.
You know, I'm very much about law. And like,
You do love law
I
movies.
just think
Zero
you
was
can't
on ship
just.
with us.
I don't like when people jump to conclusions. You have theories, and there's times when I listen to a case and like they're probably guilty, but I can't go around blasting them to be guilty unless
Unless you know.
I know, or there's something there to like say yes, they are guilty.
What do you think? What is Zero still on the ship with them?
But I don't... Where could Zero be hiding?
I think Zero is one of us.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I think that too. Or someone is working for Zero.
impressive.
That is possible.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy?
My top ideas for Zero probably either be Santa or Ace.
Didn't
Oh,
you hear
interesting.
what Ace said?
Exactly.
Why those two
I said we
specifically?
shouldn't suspect one another for no
Because
reason.
sometimes it's a common trope for the chivalry person to actually be the villain. Like,
Okay.
Um,
And then
also,
Santa?
Santa, another reason is sometimes it's a person that you wouldn't really suspect because you think would be it as well, kind of. I don't know, it's something about Santa. It's like, he gives me, from playing like Danganronpa, he gives me vibes of another character in Danganronpa.
Oh, I think I know which character you're talking about.
And I think that is why I say Santa. And I don't want to say any names.
Yeah, don't say any names.
But he's giving me a vibe of another character.
Okay.
From another kind of similar-ish game. Like
To
murder
some
mystery.
degree,
To
yeah.
some
Murder
degree,
mystery
Murder
and
mystery similar, where there's
visual
people,
novel.
and there's people betraying each other.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
mechanically they're very different.
Very mechanically different, but plot-wise, very similar. People betraying each other, and you don't know who to trust, kind of.
No reason.
And then there's
I
some
get-
characters you kind of like are like, should I trust them? And it turns out that you shouldn't have trusted them. And there's some that you could definitely tell you can't trust, like the crazy one that wanted to fuck his dead sister.
Okay, well, luckily that isn't a spoiler because
No,
you
it's
don't
not.
even know who that is.
Yeah.
I know who you're
What's
talking
that?
Oh, he gave me the vibes of creepy from the day one, though, that guy.
about.
And crazy cult girl, like, even though she was bad, I just didn't like her, like, culty. Yeah.
Bracelets. Why are
Actually,
the
this is a
bombs
very
in
good
our
point.
bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
It's automatic. See.
You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what
Correct.
you're getting at, right?
Yeah. Seven, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other.
What do you
pretty
think?
well.
Do you think Junpei's one holds weight, or?
I think so.
So-
I plot-wise, from playing other games and other stories similar to this, it makes a lot of sense. I've seen this play out.
So
sometimes.
Zero murdered Snake, and Zero is one of us.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to.
I have seen it. It is a very. It's a trope, and it happens a lot. But it's a fun trope because you're never 100% sure. Are you thinking it's the right person?
Yeah.
Like my theory can change. At the moment, I don't think it could be Clover because I don't think she sacrificed her brother. But I could be totally wrong because there has been a situation in a game before where the sibling was a villain and they did sacrifice their sibling, and you know which one I'm thinking about right now.
It's the same series.
Yeah, but a different game number in the series.
Yeah.
But the difference is that you didn't know they were siblings. So like, and that's the thing. But that's why with Clover being this living right out, it just, and also the way how worried she was, unless she's like an amazing actor, which I don't think she is. I don't think she could be her. I know it's not us.
Unless there was some massive twist. For instance, in the same series that we were talking about, there was a situation where we were involved somehow.
That is true. Okay, it could be us, but I don't think it is because that leaves them for a lot of scenes near the end. I don't know. It could be June, but I don't think it is because she's kind of more like your love interest for the game. It could be her. I could be totally wrong.
Back to the same series. There is an example of a love interest not being nice now, isn't there?
Yeah, but that love interest was killed off like right away. I meant like she's played the pro-advantage love interest for the series. Because the real love interest joins later in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but like, she'd have been killed off sooner if she was a fake love interest.
Ah.
So I don't think it could still be her, but like, it'd be kind of out of place if it was her.
And also, actually, if we think that Zero killed Snake, are we saying that Zero did it by themselves? They have the master key and they just threw Snake in? Or were they working with someone else?
There could be, like I said, one of these people might not be Zero. They could be someone working for Zero.
Interesting.
And Zero could still be watching.
Ah, okay.
Or, one of them, there's two Zeros. One of them is here, and one of them is watching.
Ah.
Which is...
But then what do you think of the fact that everything's automated? And doesn't require any, like, outside...
Yeah, but they're probably watching in case anything goes wrong.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, as in, like, as a safety kind of precaution.
Yeah, I get that.
At least they do if Zero is one of us.
Because a clever mastermind would always make sure there's a protective option, such as if one of these people is Zero, their bracelet's going to beep like everybody else's.
When they put the...
Yeah, and it's going to have the timer, but the difference is if, let's say, they get pushed into a room, they're probably not going to die when the door closes, but they're going to have to make it look like they did, obviously. I don't know how...
But by that logic, you're saying Snake is the Zero, because it looks like he's
It
died.
could still be Snake, that's the thing. But
Or what about the number 9 man? We didn't see him die.
That's true. Well, no, I don't think it's him because the way he acted. So irrationally. But like, I don't know, or it could be something, I don't know. But there has to be precautions that the person who is Zero is not going to die. Unless they're a complete psychopath that's just doing this for their own sick entertainment, then maybe. But realistically, if this is, let's say, a business, then no.
Interesting.
And you have to remember, it's been hinted that Snake played this before.
Oh.
And you remember that, don't you? It was slightly hinted. I got the vibe that Snake...
Well, I remember you saying you got the vibe. I don't think you pointed to anything in particular.
There was some stuff he kind of said, I can't think of right now, that gave me the vibe.
That he was familiar with it.
He was familiar, but he's blind.
Mm.
So he's not going to remember anything faces, but maybe voices, and maybe he was catching on. I don't know.
Interesting.
To somebody.
Man, these theories are fantastic. I love it when we discuss these theories.
Yeah, okay.
Motives.
His motives.
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because I don't know.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only
No,
had
that would also be circumstantial evidence, what you're saying.
Yes, but everything is circumstantial evidence.
Until you actually catch them in the act. 3. So 3 hours left.
It's 3 in the morning.
6 is
That
when the
means we
boat
have 3
sinks.
hours left.
Then we need to move now. Seven, Clover, Junpei, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
He does have a point. We still have to trust people because we still have to keep moving.
Yeah.
Right, but
We must go. We have very little time left.
our next destination is Mercury.